Welcome back to My Words, ladies and gentlemen. We back. Boy, Addy, my dog. Straight?
Man, yes, sir. How are you?
Good, bro. You been straight?
I'm good, man. Let's not even sugarcoat it, man. Kyrie, man.
All right, Kyrie, bro. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the whole situation? Just what's your initial thoughts before we go straight into it?
Let's go down the timeline first. How about we do that?
All right.
So it initially started with him putting out a tweet to a documentary on Amazon, a platform where, anybody can access. Not anybody can put content on, but this content was put on for people to see. And he had a press conference where what's the reporter's name?
Nick Friedel.
Nick Friedel questioned him about it, and I can tell he was a little combative about it. And from there, it just went crazy.
Yeah.
But starting from let's start from the report. During the course of that interview, I feel like where Kyrie went wrong was more so on the things that were unsaid than said. Like, for instance, when Friedel was like, why did you post that? I'm trying to understand. And Kyrie's like, I don't expect you to understand. You mean to me, what it sounded like was, shut up, you peon. You can't think on my level. Like, it was some things like that. I feel like that, I felt more of that than what they were trying to imply about the documentary. But I'll let you speak a little bit about it.
Well, for one, as far as the media, they want their answers to their questions, regardless.
That's a fact.
Especially if it's something like the public don't want to know, like fans, you know what I mean? If it's, you know what I mean? So regardless if they won or lost, they're going to ask whatever they want the answer to. So he probably didn't care about them losing or whatever. But as far as what you said, as far as like Kyrie making it seem like dude was a peon, I've seen Stephen A. talk about that a lot. I think that's his main frustration. Like,
he did it a few times.
He feels like, and it's people like this, but he feels like Kyrie's one of the people that he's just smarter than everybody. Like, the way he think is just on a higher level than anybody else.
It was the way he said, like, I don't expect you to understand. You to me, like, what does that mean, bro? What is that? That's why I'm asking you the question.
But there's a lot of people in the media that bait and just want
for sure
those clips,
which he hinted at too,
right? And that's why he was just like, as players do have a different perspective than the media. So that's what like Kyrie was getting at. But I don't know. It's one of them things. Kyrie, he's a different dude, but I feel him though. But he was contradicting himself too in that initial press conference too.
For sure. And I feel like in hindsight, if Kyrie could go back and look at that interview, I feel like he would see some things that he could have did better in that regards. Now, from the standpoint, because he also brought up, like, you're trying to dehumanize me. So I think from the jump, Kyrie was feeling everything he was saying as, like you said, a bait. He was trying to bait and hook him. That interview did not go well, to say the least. And I think I saw it on House of Highlights, but he got up and walked off shortly after that, which then led to everybody pretty much calling him anti-Semitic, based off and it's like, all y'all wanted him to say two words. Which is, I apologize. His word choice was, I take full responsibility. Which, we can break that down. That is an interesting choice of words. It don't mean I'm sorry. It's just like, I know what I did, and I take what comes with it. Right. Which we can break down. But I don't think he was trying, when I saw his second interview, I don't think he was trying to be hurtful with it. Yeah. But the things that came after are wild to me. Yeah. From a tweet.
Yeah. All you do is tweet the link.
Nike contract. Let me get
Nike,
that. 5 games.
Pension.
Let me get that.
5+.
500,000. You can keep that.
Look, they said
that's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild.
And even the other stuff, like they say he had to meet with the
Joe
Jewish leaders. I'm not like all that. They had a rabbi come on NBA Today and was just talking about. we didn't even talk about the people sitting in the front row at the game.
Yeah. Are two things true? I haven't personally seen the documentary. Have you? The Hebrews and the Girls?
I've seen some people start to watch it. Even the book, it's a book too. My uncle ordered it, and I think Mark was talking about getting it too. Just checking it out. But no, I haven't seen it.
So I do want to touch on this because one thing Kyrie said in that interview, which I don't agree with, is when Nick Friedel was like, "You're promoting this on your platform." He's like, "I'm not promoting anything." It's come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you post a link to your social media without
saying, check this out.
You're saying check this out.
Yeah.
Now you didn't say click here to get $10 off the that, but it is a form of promotion. Even more so when you have a social media platform or following as big as yours. Right. That's gonna get a lot more views than, let's say, you or me posted. You or me posted that, they wouldn't be having these conversations right now. Yeah.
And even with Kyrie, like, and this is why I was saying him contradicting himself. He was like, he always talks about his tribe of people, and he, you know, for one, he's a superstar in the NBA, so you have a big following. But he's always talking about his tribe of people. And then he said, y'all act like I have this big influence. I'm just a guy. Yeah. Like come on, bro. Pick a side, bro.
Do you not know?
He know, but it's like
you talk to them like y'all peons, but then you try to say I don't have that much. I'm just a guy. Regular guy. Yeah. Come on, bro. Like don't do that, bro. Like he's like, what did he say? What does he say? I post things just like you post things. Yeah. Kyrie,
everybody ain't got the millions of followers like that though.
So from that aspect, I just think, and Nick Friedel, I think after the way Kyrie Nick was like, I'm not letting this go, bro. You gonna answer my question or you not, or like you saying, I'm gonna get a clip at it. I'm gonna get a clip.
No, for sure.
Now, everybody coming, I understand why a lot of people were critical of him. Like I said, going back to the documentary, I have not seen the documentary. Now, it could be true that there are things within the documentary that could be true, and there are things in there that could be crazy, or it could be all the way out. I think one thing I heard was the documentary was trying to imply that the Holocaust never took place.
I would have to. I
haven't
did see
seen
that,
it, but I saw that either being written or said. And if that is true, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now that's crazy. Now I'm not gonna say, because there's a ton of things. It's like, you know, you got that friend who they may say one or two things that's true, but like 70% of the things is like they exaggerating on. Yeah. Some of the times it's like, I hear you, bro, but let me go talk to somebody. Let me figure it out from somebody else.
Yeah.
So it could, now if you're saying something that crazy in the documentary, it might just leave me to be like, I'm straight on the whole thing. Yeah. If you're saying something that crazy. But that's just me.
I mean, like I said, I would have to watch it to see what is the big deal. But at the same time, like a lot of people are saying, why is Amazon not in trouble for, you know what I'm saying? If the link is available, if the documentary is available for people to just go watch, that in itself is enough for Amazon to be like, hey, take this down. You know, why does Amazon as a organization, as a brand, not, is Amazon anti-Semitic?
That's all I'm saying,
the
bro.
link out now, they, you know what I mean? They act like he, you know, just.
And to be honest, is it still on Amazon right now as we speak?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's available for people to watch. I mean, even from a business standpoint,
you can't tell me that
you have to leave it. You don't have to, but like, I would like to see what are the streaming numbers like now.
That's exactly. So,
of course,
I know that thing getting views now. If it wasn't before, I know it's getting views now.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're not gonna take it off. So,
and if y'all really wanted to nip it in the bud, y'all should have just deleted it from the jump when it started getting traction from that.
That's what I'm saying. Kyrie didn't want to cave in. From what I see, he didn't want to cave in. But like,
he's definitely being stubborn. Especially
he was being stubborn.
It's the army of people with me.
He was being stubborn until it was all right. I'm getting canceled. The cancel culture is crazy. Like, you can't. It's certain, and I've been talking to Mark about this.
A tweet, bro.
I've been talking to Mark about this. It's certain groups, and we don't have to dive into what groups and communities it is. It's certain groups and communities.
That's not name a community. You get
I ain't saying that. I'm just saying it is what it is. There's certain groups and communities of people that you can't talk about. You can, but they'll cancel you. In this cancel culture, they would like cancel you. You can't. And then Jewish people, we see Jewish people.
That group is one.
That group you cannot even like, you know. And we ain't talked about Kanye yet, but Kanye just flat out and said what it was as far as Jewish people. But all Kyrie did was post a link, and that was enough. You know what I'm saying? So,
but it's just crazy to where this world is coming to. Like, and which he brought up, he had posted several times that day. That one tweet is the one that's like, you lost a Nike contract. Now I don't know how long that was that from what you understand, was that just like a temporary we canceling the contract? I know they canceled a whole shoe that was.
I saw they stopped the line. The Kyrie 8. The Kyrie 8 was about to come out. They stopped that and they ended their partnership. From what I seen, Phil Knight got on what was that? Good Morning America. Or something. Got on TV and was like, yeah, we But even with that, right?
And it's funny because I seen him on. It was either on the I Am an Athlete podcast talking about how lucrative his shoe contract was and how
Kyrie's got the bit. Everybody was Kyrie.
And he was talking about his numbers and things of that nature. And then it's funny because, like, what is this? Less than 6 months after that conversation, now it's just gone.
I mean, you got just from the shoe line, everybody was Kyrie's, bro.
That's a fact.
Like,
I got something that messed my ankle up in them the other week.
I mean, I got a pair. I mean, you look around guys in the NBA, college, high school, little kids. I mean, everybody was Kyrie's, bro. So it's like,
do you think they even talked to him before they did that though?
Probably not.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, this is that social media stuff. It's like y'all would rather look good to everybody else without knowing all of the things about the situation.
Yeah.
Just to get a few. I respect that decision, Nike. Y'all, you know.
Everybody's just jumping on y'all.
Everybody wasn't involved when y'all made that contract with them.
And that's my thing too. You can't. They do things from a PR perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like they might the brand or the organization or whatever, they might not necessarily care, but their consumers care. So they have to you know what I'm saying? They have to do something about it just so they don't lose business. It's
weird though, bro, because like, and we talked about this off camera. Like with some companies, like you're literally just a number. It's crazy to think that an NBA superstar is just a number to that company. Like, we're not talking about somebody on the bench who don't get much playing time. We're talking about an elite basketball iconic player, and y'all like, we'll holler at you. We'll holler at you because of a tweet.
Yeah.
Now let's get into the 5 games and the whole list, because as much as people were coming down on him for what he said, it's crazy. Again, how one thing was brought, 6 things, I think. And everybody flipping the script now.
Yeah.
So what side are y'all on?
Well, the 500,000 was crazy.
That's wild.
And then they didn't accept it. So then it was like, okay. And then it's like,
most people be like, you don't even gotta say sorry. That's sorry enough.
Yeah. But,
and I'm not saying money heals all. Like, I don't want to get that confused. Money does not heal.
But I guess maybe they would have took it, but he didn't really seem sincere.
Because I know, the Nets were gonna match. So did they just take the Nets but not take his?
Why would the NBA even?
Bro, that's what I seen. And what was funny about that is you saw the notification about the money, and then was it a day after that? Then you seen the notification about him getting suspended. It's like, it's just weird, bro.
But even with it being weird, right, and it being crazy to him being canceled off the link, right? You see now, Adam Silver says, after meeting with Kyrie, speaking to his family, it's clear that
you talking about Joe? You talking about Joe?
Both. And Adam Silver met the same thing. Adam Silver met with him, and Joe Tsai met with him too. Both of them met with him, but they're both like, "Oh, it's clear that he has no hatred to Jewish people." It's like, you could have. Y'all needed to talk. Y'all needed to.
But this is my thing.
Needed to have a long sit down.
He plays for you. You mean to tell me you just now understood that after that one conversation?
But it goes back to what I was saying about everybody just jumping on the board. Like,
do you think you think when Kyrie put out that tweet, when Joe put out his initial tweet talking about, when he was condemning Kyrie, you think he even talked to him first before he put that tweet out? Or he just put the tweet out?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that conversation went. But my thing is, not everybody's backpedaling.
That's a fact.
And you got the NBA, you got the NBA backpedaling. You got players backpedaling.
You think the Nets just start feeling themselves? Who did they think they was coming out with this list, bro? I'm not gonna lie. It was like, yeah, bro, what the heck Kyrie doing? Hold on, the heck is y'all doing?
I think the backlash from the Jewish community and everybody was that like I said, it puts a lot of pressure on organizations, brands to do something about it.
But a week later is a little wild. A week later is a little wild.
I don't know. But see, they did all this just for people to, now we're in a, rebuild of, oh, okay. He's not anti-Semitic. Okay.
Yeah.
And it took, what was this? He's going to come back and play at some point. I don't know when the suspension right now is indefinite. Whenever he comes back, it's going to be like, what was all this for? Y'all could have had this conversation with him right after it happened. What's going to happen with Nike? Because he's going to come back and play. Y'all done cut his Nike deal off. Y'all going to put it back.
And which is, if I'm him, I'm like, cool. Under Armour, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you know, I feel like they can leave it now. Again, take your emotions out of it when you got to do business decisions. But a part of me be like, it'll put a foul taste in my mouth to where you know you might want to see what's up with some other brands who would love to have you.
Yeah.
Especially when the air clears.
Yeah.
But going back to the list of demands that they have, which we can talk about in depth a little bit here in a minute. I just feel like, is it me or do I feel like a lot of that was like, Kyrie, you don't put us through a lot these past 2 years, and we not only this situation, but I feel like that list came from like all the stuff they ever felt like Kyrie did to him. They just put in one list.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, it seems like it's a lot. It's always a lot with Kyrie. It's like it's the perception of Kyrie is just a huge problem. Just a problem. Like he's like a problematic dude. Whether that's not getting a vaccine, whether that's, you know what I mean. And he's
from the outside in, it look a little like, rebellious.
And then you got to think as a teammate, as a coach and stuff. That stuff is a distraction. Like I'm all for players doing what they want to do. You got a choice to do whatever. As far as speaking out, you know, activism, whatever. Speaking of social issues, you know what I mean. Like I'm all for it. But when it's like, part of me is like, dang, bro, like. You do what you do, but it's like it affects his perception and like he doesn't play. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's not playing right now because of this. This is a distraction. He wasn't playing because of the vaccine situation. That was a distraction. Like,
and he not playing because he chose not to play.
Right, which is, you know, he's got the choice to do that, but it's just like, dang, bro. Part of me is just like, I just kind of. I mean, you could do what you want to do, but it's just like.
Have we seen this level of do what you want to do with the player in the NBA before? Mm-hmm. I don't know if we have, bro. I don't know if we've seen this level of like, I'm going to move how I want to move, period.
Which is like, that's how they want it. I don't know. It's crazy. You kind of can't. You can, but it's going to come, everything comes with consequences, but you can't. If
Kyrie
you move like that,
does what he wants to do.
Yeah, I mean,
think about it.
I mean, once you got money and you know what I'm saying, and you comfortable in yourself and stuff, I feel it. But at the same time, it's a certain way you gotta, even press conferences and stuff, like they gotta keep it so politically correct to where it's like when somebody's like this, it's kind of like, dang, bro, you know what I mean? Like if they ask a player in a press conference how you feel about something, they can't keep it all the way 100.
They can't keep it a whole bean now. They can be 70%. I think they can be 70%.
They have to say like, you know what I mean? Yeah. They got to sugarcoat it a little bit.
Which is why,
just because
he puts the team in a weird place too, especially when they have to constantly answer questions about him without even knowing how he really feels because they ain't really talk to him.
And I think guys sugarcoat it not because they not real, but because they know how people will take things and run with it. So it's like, it's
because you can see it on some of their faces. Like, to be honest, when they interview KD about certain situations, I can see it on his face. He's like, Kyrie can make his own decision. In his head, he bro, this man tripping, bro. I'm trying to hoop. That's what he might call him right after the president. Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying, and say how you really feel. But he can't. He can't tell the media that because then they're gonna take it and run with it. So I feel it. But the things with Kyrie have transpired over the past couple weeks. Yeah, Jacques Vaughn had an interview, and I think it was with Malika Andrews, and she was like, "So how are you anticipating Kyrie Irving and his return and stuff?" He's like, "I'm focused on these guys that are here right now," and I was like. Is Kyrie coming back? You know what I'm saying? Do you know something that I don't like that we don't know?
I don't like that response because
it makes
Kyrie
it
will be
bad on the squad.
Yeah, it makes it seem like it's a dude that quit. You know what I'm saying? Like you're on a team and it's a dude that quit, and somebody asking about it. Oh, he don't matter because he's not in here no more. Kyrie's gonna be back in however many games, a few games, however. So for you to do that is, you know what I mean?
But you just gotta imagine, like, all this stuff Kyrie aside, the Nets, boy, I'm not gonna say they a laughing stock right now, but I know over there, like, everybody's on pins and needles. Which again, you got to think about it. They had the situation with Kyrie for multiple years on multiple different things. The contract stuff, KD wanting not to come back, coming back, saying y'all fire Steve Nash, them saying we with Steve Nash, and then 10 games or a couple games in, and however that broke down was weird because I got several different notifications. I got a notification saying Steve Nash was fired. Then I got a notification saying it was a mutual agreement. It was several, and we'll never know fully what that was. But But then it came shortly after Steve Nash had to answer questions in regards to Kyrie. So you think Steve Nash is like, yeah, I'm straight on this?
I think it's a mixture of everything. What I saw was like they mutually agreed to part ways because Steve Nash said the guys weren't responding to him. And I also saw something today that Kyrie was blowing off play calls for Steve Nash. Like, he was calling plays and Kyrie was like, I ain't running that. So the guys ain't respecting.
Well, and then you go back to what he said initially, talking about we don't need a coach.
And you go back to even this offseason, KD wanted him fired when KD asked for a trade.
But wasn't KD one of the main ones that wanted him there?
Did he? I didn't
know how to take that. Was KD and I know we went off to Kyrie slightly, but was KD doing that just to kind of make the situation odd to where they would have to move him in even more, or do you think KD legit wanted him out of there? That's the part that I
think they when you got guys like that, I mean, every team comes with egos, right? Especially teams with superstars, the caliber of KD and Kyrie. But you got to have a guy that demands the respect of guys. Like KD, you looking at guys that are like arguably better than Steve Nash as players. Steve Nash played against these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
But they got to.
And Steve Nash is not even
as a player, maybe
as a player, but as a coach is different. Everybody that play can't coach. And then again, like, Steve Nash should have been hired as a coach in the first place. What was his role with the Warriors before? I know the Warriors. Man, that's my thing. The Warriors have been so dominant over the years. Like, everybody's gotten jobs. Luke Walton, Mike Brown, Steve Nash. Like, the assistant right now for the Warriors got a head coaching job for the Hornets.
Yeah.
And then came back and said, I don't want to. I'm staying on the staff with the Warriors. So my point is, you know, when you around that winning like that, you're going to get a job. But Steve Nash wasn't like an assistant. He was like a...
But you already know this,
like, he like worked
being
the guys
successful
out
in one field almost unfairly propels you in another.
And that's what,
just to keep it
just for being a part of that, you get that, which is great, but it's like, you don't ever...
Just to keep it a bean, it does. Now, speaking on coaching, to add lighter fluid or gasoline to the fire, they were thinking about hiring Coach Ime Udoka, from what it appeared. And we'll talk about that on the next episode.
All right.